Let me pass down a bit of advice my father gave to me when I was just a nipper. Women. Now, my father used to tell me a lot about women. He used to say such things as, you only caress when you request. You can't just sort of walk up and grab someone and expect to get away with it. Well, you can if you have been permitted. If you have not been permitted, then you will probably get a slap, a drink in the face, or if the woman is a little less stereotypical, she might break your face with her fist. And this has happened to me many times before, which is why I went down to radio shows in the end, because I had no other choice. To be honest, I'm missing a face. I don't have any eyes. I don't have any nose. I used to have two. That's why I say I don't have any noses. I used to have two. I had 2 ears, and now all I am is a mouth on a body. That's right, a mouth on a body. I don't have a neck or a head. It's just a mouth between my pectorals. Now, my pectorals are a funny thing. I only have one of them. They call it the Cyclops pectoral, which it has a few magical abilities, some of which involve teleportation. That's quite interesting, but it does make you stand out in public, when you're just a body with a mouth on the torso and you rub your nipple and then just disappear. People do tend to look at you a little bit funny. It can also launch missiles, but I have only had to use that in emergency situations, when a friend of mine deals me, cocaine that's not, if he tries to shortchange me in any sort of manner, then in that case I will deal with a nipple missile. But also I have no belly button. Crying shame that. Basically, I don't quite know how that happened. It just sort of popped out one day. Because let's face it, the belly button, it's not a button. It's a hole, essentially. And mine just sort of popped out one day. I was walking down the road, we're looking like a mouth on a body, as you do, and then it just came straight out. I don't know how these things happen. And that was about the same time. I think that was about the time my penis fell off. Something like that. Well, I know the previous week my balls rolled away. I know that much. The sex split, and it was all very messy and all quite nasty. But what was it? Oh, what do I have down there now? I use those tubes. There was a craze a long time ago now called Pogs, and they used to have these tubes that contained Pogs. And I have one of those down my trousers. If I wore trousers, there's not an awful lot of need for trousers, as I don't have any legs. And the reason why I don't have any legs is because I didn't want them anymore. Because there's a long story to that. I mean, I think it's pretty much the same sense as my arms. I mean, my arms, they were great. When I first had my legs removed, I quite liked having the arms because I could walk about on them. But unfortunately, my arms were lost. I don't quite know how. I don't really know where I put them, to be honest. But that's when about the same time I decided that I didn't need the abdomen. So, get rid of the abdomen. Yeah, because the thing is, my body had been rewired in certain ways. So I didn't have to eat and I didn't have to poo. So that was all quite interesting. But at the time, I just recently lost my nipple, my sole nipple, in a car accident, which was absolutely atrocious. And they had to they removed that, and it's all stitched up, and I'm all fine, it's just a mouth left. And but they removed my intestines, my lower abdomen, because it was causing me trouble, because essentially, as I say, my body had been wired up so that I didn't need to eat and I didn't need to relieve myself under any circumstances. I had no need to urinate. I couldn't actually urinate. So I thought, I don't need the digestive system anymore. So they got rid of that, and then I lost one of my lungs. It was nothing necessarily you could say medical. I basically talked one of my lungs to death, because some people say I talk a lot. I mean, what you're seeing right now is pretty much a 24/7 thing. I don't need sleep. Sleeping is for the weak. And so I don't really need lungs, and so I keep talking. So I've got one lung left, and that was about the same time I decided to get rid of my rib cage and all this sort of thing. So essentially, I was just a mouth on a lung, which didn't make a lot of sense. And then the lung went. I don't know quite. I remember I got into a fight with a chap called, I don't know, he was an awfully large wanker, but he punctured my lung with a spoon which he found in my mouth. I was using it to eat yogurt, but that's neither here nor there. So there I was, just his mouth, and here I am now, just his mouth. I am what you see. So passing down some advice my father gave to me when I was a young boy. Women look interesting, they look fantastic, but do not touch, poke, squeeze, yell at, without permission. Thank you very much.